Saturday. This is the 16th playing of the men's Bible College National Invitational Tournament, hosted by Trinity Baptist College and sponsored by our friends at Visit Jacksonville and the Beaches. The participants for today's title game are Southeastern Baptist and Toccoa Falls. As the higher seeded team, Southeastern will be the home team on the scoreboard. Prior to the introduction of today's starting lineups, would you please join me for a word of prayer? And that will be followed by the singing of our national anthem by Sidney Copeland. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, above all else, we give you thanks and praise for your Son, our Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ. We thank you for the game of basketball. We thank you that you give us the ability to be here and to play. We hope that everything that we do is honoring and glorifying to you. We ask that you keep the players and the officials safe from injury. And when the game is over, all the teams that have traveled here, please give them safe travel home. We pray this in your Son's name. Amen. He's assisted by Daniel McGravy. This is their starting lineup. At guard is 6-foot sophomore from Buckner, Arkansas, number 0, Cameron Dispute. At guard, a 6'1" freshman from Valdosta, Georgia, number 20, DJ Thompson. At forward, a 6'4" sophomore from Augusta, Georgia, number 35, Luke Hartner. At forward, a 6'4" junior from Charleston, Arkansas, number 4, CJ Mitchell. And at forward, a 6'4" senior from Savannah, Georgia, number 3, Luke Mayhem. The Chargers from Southeastern Baptist College out of Laurel, Mississippi, are coached by Robert Ball. He's assisted by Eugene White. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 0, Khalid Deere. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Waynesboro, Mississippi, number 15, Lawrence Davis. At guard, 5'7" sophomore from Lowell, Mississippi, number 24, Jared Naylor. This center is a 6'5" junior from Waynesboro, Mississippi, number 32, Orpheus Rankin. And forward, a 6'4" freshman from Waynesboro, Mississippi, number 12, Leonardo Silva. Your officials for today's game: Shane Berghofer, Corey Freeman, and Victor Montgomery.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Baptist College as we have the championship game of the 2021 National Invitational Basketball Tournament in the Bible College Circuit. I'm Ray Bureau, Dean Bureau, the cameraman here at TBC. And while we have an opportunity, we're going to say hello to the third place game's player of the game, Trinity Baptist College senior Jakari Randolph. Jakari, limited action today as Coach Jones got a lot of guys on the court. 14 points, final home game. How you feel about today's performance?
I feel great. I feel like the team played a really good game, and it's just a learning experience as we go into regionals, and just making sure that we're dialed in and ready to do our best for those games coming up in the tournament.
Mears gets the opening tip, and already the first foul, and Mears will go to the line. Khalif Mears scored 11 Thursday against Appalachian and 28 on Friday. And what an outstanding performance that Southeastern has put up, Jakari. 196 points in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, every team is a tough team late season, so you can't take any team for granted.
We had all evenly matched teams here, just like you're going to face next weekend. Obviously, we wanted to win this tournament. It didn't happen, but next one's the one you really want more. Tell us about the competition that we've seen throughout the South region this year.
Well, I think everybody has had a kind of a target on our back because we're so focused and bought into Coach Jones' system, and it's really worked out for us. And we teams respect us, so the competition is always going to be good no matter who we play.
Two of these teams you may face. Toccoa played a terrific game against you last night. Both of you played well. They had that big surge in the first half. Gilsdorf hit 5 3-pointers. That was the main difference in the game. You guys, let's be honest, you struggled at the line, and we say this a lot on the broadcast. Those free throws are going to determine the winner in a close game as Rankins gets on the board with the layup, and Southeastern leads 5-0.
Yeah, I think we were just a little unprepared coming into that game against Toccoa, and we unfortunately couldn't get the win, but I'm sure throughout the practice of next week we'll make sure that once we get to regionals we'll be fully prepared to take on whatever team.
You got it done at the line, as you see holding the paper in front of you. 14 out of 16 from the line today. Mears for 3, good. Like I said, this team scored 106 points Thursday against Appalachian and 90 last night against Trinity College of Florida. The Chargers can charge the scoreboard. That's Dismuke, and that's a 3-pointer, and Cameron Dismuke has done that all week long.
He's definitely a tough competitor and somebody that we have to watch out for as we go into regionals. He's been a surprise, especially in the second half of the semester, but like I said, if it's anything to do with us, we'll be ready and be prepared to face anybody coming up in the regional tournament.
Well, Mears overshot that one, but Mears has been dynamic as the entire Chargers team has been. I tried to talk Cameron into sitting out last night and save some for today, but he wasn't buying it. You're going to see them again at Toccoa Falls. That is C.J. Mitchell. He averages 18.3 points per game. He scored 15 Thursday and 13 last night against the Eagles. This is a team you're familiar with. They gave you 2 great games. You won them, but it weren't easy, and they came back and took it last night. Talking about the Toccoa Falls Screaming Eagles, we haven't played Southeastern this year. Credit Emmanuel Selden staying with the ball on the rebound. He scored 24 points last night against Trinity College.
Well, they're both tough teams, and like I said, it's been a lot of surprises in the second half of the semester, and Toccoa is definitely a team that is bought into their system late in the season, and they have a lot of belief, and their coach is strong-willed, so they're going to be a tough competitor.
Mears for 3, a little strong. Terrence Davis picks up the long rebound. The shot by Jared Naylor, no, and rebounded by DJ Thompson. These two teams have played 2 games in a row. This is their 3rd for each one, but right now you can't tell that they might be a little tired. If so, we can't see it so far.
No, it's all on the line, and that's what we're playing for at this part of the season. This is potentially win or go home time, so you want to give everything you got.
Davis bounce pass to Naylor, runs a baseline, and an offensive foul goes against Jared Naylor. Jakari, I always like to say hi to those who let us know they're watching. Nardra Tansky, Anitra Sharp, Boogie Das, Sparkle Hill, Monty Dismuke, some familiar names we've seen pop up all week. Terrell McBride and Charles Duke. And your mother put her name on the screen, and she loved the performance that you put up today. I think I told you a little while ago you were the player of the game today.
Well, I'm glad I could perform well for her. I know that she would love to be here watching me. But
yeah, I miss seeing her down in front. She usually sits where this gentleman in the red is right now.
Yes, sir.
And always cheering on the Eagles no matter what.
Most definitely.
And we said this a lot about you. You don't always score a bunch of points. Today you lit it up. But you do so many other things that help the Eagles. Assists, rebounds, just getting the ball up court, directing traffic, and getting players into their positions. And it's not always a guy who scores the points that helps a team win, but they need leaders like you on the court to do many other things.
I think that's why we're so strong, is because not
very
every
selfless
guy,
team. Everybody just wants the
exactly,
W.
Exactly. Not every guy is going to score all the points, but we're going to play as a team no matter what.
Now, you've had your share of 20-point games or close to it.
Most definitely.
Dismuke, long range, and he can connect from there. He's done that many times this week. Mears takes the pass, jump shot off the glass, almost got the bounce, and Luke Bayham, the senior, puts it down. And we've seen Bayham and Hartenberg for the last few years do just that, and Hartenberg is going to get the and one. He averages 7.6, scored 13 against you last night, 7 Thursday night. And Hartenberg with a chance at the three-point play. 11-10, we've been talking with Jakari Randolph. He is a TBC senior, has himself a terrific final season. Of course, you do have the option, if you choose, of possibly coming back next year, as you and I have talked about before.
Possibly, yes, sir.
Of course, you know, that's going to be a big decision, because many of the seniors, they're ready to get on with other things. And, of course, I know you're going to talk about it with your parents, pray about it, and make the best decision for yourself. As much as I'd love to see you play, you know, there are things more important than basketball.
God willing, yes, sir. Most definitely.
12-10 in favor of the Chargers. They are the visitors on the scoreboard, and Mears gets his 8th point, and it ties it up at 12. Toccoa is the visitor. The Southeastern is the home team. Look at that quick transition by Naylor, and they're not even giving me a chance to write down the scores.
Yeah, they're a fast-paced team, and both of these teams play the same kind of game, so it should be interesting, and the score should be really high. It should be fun for the fans watching in the gym and at home. Championship
game. Chargers lead 14-12, 14-10 left to go in the first half. Bayham finds Gilsdorf, and what a hot hand that Luke Gilsdorf had last night. Bayham underneath, couldn't get the roll, and the rebound by number 12, Emmanuel Selden. Told you he scored 24 last night, 6 on Thursday. And we have a foul, and it's going to be offensive. We'll see which Charger got called for it.
Chargers personal foul is on number 15, Terrence Davis.
And that's number 1 on Davis.
The team's 3rd.
And each team has committed 2 fouls.
Charger substitution, Davis.
Will Bryant, Miss D-Log, and Tommy Hudson cheering on their respective favorite teams out there on the court. And we've been able to do all 11 games, Jakari, and you know we've had some issues in this gym, some of your broadcasts during the season, but it's been fabulous, and I'm very glad for our technology staff to be able to make this the best experience for all our viewers.
For sure.
Mears pulls down the rebound. Dante McNeil leads the technology staff here at Trinity Ministries. He has a fantastic staff, and Orpheus Rankin's spin move and the short jumper makes it a 4-point lead for the Chargers at 13-19 left to go. So thank you, Dante, and all their hardworking technology members for allowing us to bring you all 11 of these games. Of course, people watch the video, they hear me and you right now and anyone else, but See all the people at the table? Without them, none of this is possible. So we always try to give credit, and Josh Jackson is a fantastic game day coordinator.
Most definitely.
So I want to give that credit while we can. Reese Johnson has done the official stats for every game. Markel Perry, one of your friends and former teammates here, being the spotter. And, of course, Mr. Dave Jones, the professional broadcaster, grabbing the mic for us this week. 16-12, 13 minutes left. Chargers lead. Toccoa's Hartenberg spins, and what a shot by Luke Hartenberg. He now has 5, and it's a 2-point game with Southeastern ahead 16-14. All right, Jakari, you mentioned the South Region a little bit, and you guys are ready. Jump shot, and the basket is good for Glenn Grover. Of course, you know 6 other teams are preparing too. Now, they didn't all come here to Jacksonville this week. Pensacola and Bob Jones, and there you see Gilsdorf, who did that a lot in the first half last night. But you know Pensacola and Bob Jones are also going to be just as ready as the teams that we're playing here this week.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get a second chance to play Bob Jones in the second half of the season. And it's just something that we just have to push through. It's part of adversity. But just like any other team, we're going to treat it like it's a team in front of us, game by game, and just try to be most prepared for the opponent.
3-point shot for Ford, a little too strong. Now, you guys struggled at the start of the season, then put together an 8-game winning streak. Ended up winning 13 of your last 15 games, if I'm counting correctly. Something like that, or 12 or 14. Either way, it's a fantastic run you had.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely.
And most of those games in the South Region. 5-4 official South Region record. Now, these games don't count as conference games, but they are regular season games and just as important. Now, Quadric Magruder at the line for 2, hits his first. He averages 12 points per game. On the season, not very many attempts, and sometimes the stats pages, you know, just like anything else technical, may not be perfectly accurate, but Magruder hit the first, missed the second, and the rebound by number 24 of Toccoa is Colby Comer. 21-17. It's been a tight ball game all the way through the early portions of the first half. Mears stepped out of bounds, one of the very rare mistakes that he's made. Jakari, Thursday night, the Chargers had 7 men in double digits.
Like I said, every team is tough when it gets to the end of the season, and that's a amazing aspect that they have on their team. And it's going to be tough to guard anything or anyone who's doing that on their team. Having 7 players in double digits is an amazing feat to have.
Luke Bayham put a great move with the fade-back jumper. What I loved about your game today, both coaches, Coach Jones and Coach Apadesano, got a whole lot of guys on the court. And I said this a couple times, and we got a traveling violation on Magruder. But both coaches may need one of the reserves to step up. There's always a chance of injury or someone just not having a good game. You've got to have somebody ready. And to see these guys get the minutes for both the Tigers and the Eagles, not only did they have some fun, but now they're even more ready for next Thursday.
Well, that was the whole point of playing the game that way. I don't know, or I can't speak for Trinity's coach, but our philosophy and our goal today was to get our unexperienced players ready to step up if they needed to for the regional tournament. And that's exactly what we did, and I think that they showed amazing poise and got the job done.
Magruder, basket is good and 1. He now has 3. He made 1 out of 2 just a moment ago. Right now it is a 4-point lead for the Chargers, 23-19, 10:41 left to go in the first half. We're talking with TBC Eagles senior Jakari Randolph. Chance at a 3-point play, a little strong, batted around in the corner. Grover unable to get there in time, and Toccoa will take charge. I remember your game at Toccoa. Looked like you had it won, and they came back and nearly pulled it out, but your defense right at the end, just like the stats show, do you realize you have the #1 defense in all of Division II?
we did realize it late in the season, and we don't try to pay too much attention to the rankings of our defense, but we do take a lot of pride in how we play defense and how many points we allow the other team to score. And I think that
Bayham with the tip in, and that makes it a 3-point game, and we're going to have an official timeout.
This is a 30-second.
Oh, no, 30-second timeout. Toccoa called it. There was no initial indication. First timeout of the game with the score, Southeastern 23, Toccoa Falls 21, 10:28 left to go in the first half. Jakari Randolph, Trinity Baptist College senior. And Jakari, you had a really good season. This is a very young team, most of them freshmen. Sam Battle, and especially in the second half during your winning streak, what a performance that he put on for you and Coach Jones.
Sam is an amazing player, and I'm glad to have been teammates with him. And he showed me a lot as far as resiliency. And just like the other young guys, it takes a lot to step up into the roles of experienced players, especially playing against teams like Toccoa and Bob Jones, who already have experienced players on their team as well. So I'm glad that we were able to get Sam back here for another year, and hopefully we can use him at the regional tournament to hopefully
looks
bring
like
back
Mears is going to turn the ball over. I believe he stepped on the sideline. We got a crowd down in front, so we can't quite see the sideline, but that was a call. Got a request. When is Trinity's next game? We're not sure yet. We're still waiting on the seating and the scheduling in the South Region Tournament. The tournament begins Thursday. Now, the last I checked, you guys were number 2, but there have been a few games that could change that final seeding. Behind, I think Bob Jones is number 1, if I remember correctly.
No, I think Johnson.
Oh, Johnson, that's right.
The number
You
1
are
seed,
correct.
And we're number 2 seed, so I think our next game will be Friday. I'm not sure of the time, but hopefully we can get anybody who is in front of us a good
4
run
for
their
3,
money
no.
and win.
I'm so used to seeing Bob Jones up there at the top, but this year's South Region is as competitive as I've seen it in my 6 years here. Fast break, did not convert. Mitchell pulls up, a little bit short. Mears pulls down the rebound. 9:25 left to go. Chargers 23-21. Mears followed by Grover. That's good teamwork right there. Mears missed, but Grover's right there for the rebound.
Yeah, they're a tough combination.
Also have some of your teammates over there. We're hoping to get on a little bit later. Trey Whitfield said he'd like to join us a little later if he gets the opportunity.
Yes, sir. It should be interesting for the fans back home, as Trey Whitfield is a character. So,
Tell you, your team is not just talented, but so many good young men, just good people on the TBC Eagles.
That's what we're trying to build here, and it's not just about basketball, but it's about a brotherhood and developing ourselves as better men and God. So
I've been able to say hello to many of the players. Of course, I'm more familiar with Toccoa Falls and Trinity because they come here a lot, but just a bunch of nice guys on all these teams. As we have a foul underneath the basket. Chargers lead by 4 with 8:38 left in the half, and the foul is called. Kobe Comer. His second foul, team foul number 4, on the floor, so the Chargers will inbound. 8:38 left in the first half. That is Emmanuel Selvin with the layup, and really nice spin move. Clock running at 8:30 left to go, and a 6-point Chargers lead at 27-21. $8:19 left to go. Hartenberg all alone, thought about that 3, but powered his way inside, turnaround jumper, and a rebound by Southeastern's Orphis Rankins. Terrence Davis for 3, off the rim. Batted around and into the hands of number 20 is DJ Thompson. Mitchell will allow his teammates to get in position and run the baseline. Pull up with the shot, and it's good, and that's 4 points for DJ Thompson, or CJ Mitchell. I wrote it on the wrong place. Mitchell, 28 total points before today's play, adds 6 more. Long pass to Naylor. Guarded by Dismuke. Runs a baseline reverse layup. Rankin, second chance. No. Naylor. And we're going to have ourselves a jump ball as Thompson got his hands on it. It is Toccoa's basketball. You know both of these teams, they want to win today.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Toccoa's head coach is trying to go into the regional tournament with a statement knowing that that we were in it, and like you said, we're a ranked team and we got the #1 defense in the nation. So if he is able to come away with this championship, that should send a message to the rest of the region, letting them know that he means all business.
But one title's already in the books. Trinity Baptist College women's basketball defeated Southeastern Baptist last night. That final score, 67-59, and you guys are out here cheering them on just like anyone else. Jayla Green, tournament MVP. It's going to be tough to pick one in the men's because there were so many terrific performances individually.
Absolutely.
It's not always a guy who scores the most either. Hey, an excellent move by Magruder. Gets the basket. He now has 5. And Jayla and Justine and Selena last night, 9 for 9 from the line in the fourth quarter. Turned that deficit into the win. And Verdreen, for real, in the third and fourth quarters combined, brought that team back as they trailed almost the entire game. Mears pulls up, misses. Davis rebounds, puts it in. You lost Michelle Jones and Trinity Sneed in that game, and again, though, Green and Verdreen and Perez stepped it up and got it done when they needed to most. Every point, though, very valuable, as I put in the recap.
I think that speaks to the program's motto and the way that we pride ourselves. It has to be next man up, and you have to be prepared to step up and take a role that you're not really used to. And the girls, the women's team has great chemistry. And Coach
terrific season they've had, too. Their best in my 6 years here.
Most definitely.
Boeheim pulls up, no good. Selden with the rebound. Now, Cardrina Nolan of Southeastern Baptist, of course, their fans are watching now. She scored 21 last night, 25 on Thursday night. Gave a serious run at the MVP. Absolutely made the All-Star roster. Very well deserved. Tamisha Gray had 17 for the Chargers as well. That was not an easy win for the Eagles. Again, we trailed most of that game, and it took a comeback and very clutch free throw shooting at the line.
Well, like I said, I think every team is prepared to play their best game at the end of the season, and it is tournament play. And I'm not surprised if those are their players. They stepped up in those moments and gave their all to make sure their team came away with a win. So.
Yeah, Jayla's listening. Yeah, we're mentioning you and your MVP. We told you all about it. She's looking up at us. I think she heard me say her name. Hey, you got to come up and grab a mic a little later, too. Trey, you going to join us? All right. We'll give Jakari another minute, and then you can transition on over. 5:38 left in the first half. Selden spins, shoots, but no shot. Traveling violation. Jakari, Trey's going to come on, but any last words you want to say before we let you go? I'm going to let you keep your final score sheet.
Okay, well, I just appreciate all the work that the staff does here, and it's real important to the fans back home, and I'm just glad that we were able to go into regionals with a positive, and hopefully if any Trinity Baptist fans are watching, we can bring that regional championship back home for you. We love you, and
now you won the South region a couple years ago. Came up short last year. Got a chance to do it again this year and head to nationals. Well, Jakari, thanks for joining us. We're going to get Trey Whitfield on next. Take us to the end of the first half. 31-25, 4:58 left, and a basket is good for the Chargers. Rankins now with 6 points.
Thank you, Raymond, for giving me
All right, Trey, come on over. Thank you, Jakari Randolph. Trinity Baptist College Eagles, player of the game in the third place game just a little while ago. And we're going to have ourselves a foul. Offensive foul. Cameron Dismuke of the Toccoa Falls Screaming Eagles, his first and team foul number 5. And Trey, you guys bounced back from a tough loss last night. That's okay. You know, you had a week, and with the other teams coming in, didn't quite get your full practice schedule. Can't use that as an excuse, though. But today, everybody got some good playing time and did a great job. Make sure you speak up into that mic, because this crowd is loud there, Trey.
Well, yesterday we just...
Scar, let me see the score sheet. Let Trey take a look, and we'll give it right back to you. All right, Trey, how many points did you have?
Tonight I had 9.
Steal by Mitchell, 1 on 2. 4:13 left to go. Mitchell all the way across to Gilsdorf. Don't leave him wide open. Usually it goes in, but he tracks it down in the corner. Trey, in limited time today, you had a pretty good total, 9 points. Again, I loved seeing everybody get a whole lot of minutes today because, like I told Jakari, you're going to need those people to step up should they be called upon.
And make sure everybody be prepared for when we get to the region. You never know, next man up.
Ball's out of bounds. We're at the 3:49 mark. 33-25 Chargers lead. Whole lot of names there. Juanita Mitchell, Will Bryant. Saying Trey's a great player, loved watching him. That's Will Bryant giving you the kudos. Basket is good for the Chargers. Emmanuel Selden, 6 points, assuming I haven't missed anything. 35-25. I'll see if I can check all the totals out with Reese Johnson at halftime. 3:30 left to go until then. Trey's laughing at Sam now, who just dropped his ice bag. But Sam, what a player he's been for you in the second half of the season especially.
Yes, coming off an injury. Yeah, he was hurt in the beginning of the season, but he was still playing. But we gave him some time off.
Now, Trey, you didn't start the season as one of the starters, but the work you put in and the performance you did, you forced your way into the starting lineup, and every Eagle and every Eagles fan is glad to see you out there.
Yes, sir. I didn't really, I was playing much in the first half, but a lot of us getting hurt, and I was a part of that. I was hurt. I missed the game, but he limited my minutes. Because I was getting hurt, he was like he wanted to save me for a region play.
Rankins couldn't get the second chance to go. Boeheim tracks it down in the corner. But when you got the opportunity, you took advantage.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, I did.
Mitchell to Godfrey for the basket. 35-27, 2:49 left. Chargers lead by 8.
It all started when we played Great Lakes. They were one of the national team that was in
that was the start of your 8-game winning streak right there. Unfortunately, I had to miss that one. Mears with the miss on the 3.
Yeah, that was a good game.
I kept up with it best I could.
The run-up last in the national championship.
Dean was here filming that game, and I was doing class, but I have to admit, I snuck in peeks whenever I could.
That was a good game.
Of course, Dean is, he's still able to do many of the games, even if I'm not able to make it. And I'm not just saying this as his father, but he does a really good job on the camera.
He does.
35-27 at the timeout with 2:29 left to go. Gilsdorf out, Ford on. And Toccoa, what do you think of this game? It's so fast-paced. It's hard to keep up, and these two teams want it, and they want it badly.
Well, I don't really know too much about Southeastern, but I know Toccoa, they play fast. Like, everything they do is fast.
Work to the top, forward, pump fake, goes inside 1-on-2, finds Godfrey, a pump fake of his own, and the basket is good.
We got some big boys out there.
Those are his first 6 points that he scored today of the tournament, assuming I didn't miss anything, but that big man right there is getting it done inside the paint right now, and it's a 4-point margin. It was a 10-point game just a minute ago. Mears couldn't get inside, 13 to shoot.
What I want to see.
Rankins, turnaround jumper, no. Second chance for York, and we have a whistle as York and Thompson both hit the floor hard. Jump ball goes to the Chargers. 1:43 left to go. And Trey, it was really good to see you guys bounce back today, getting ready for the South Region tournament next week. I've said it a lot. Jakari just agreed with me. Pretty much any team can win this tournament coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Very good parity in the South Region this year. Just to show, when Pensacola came here, you held them to 40 points. They're usually a really good team. They came back and won it at Pensacola, so even though the first game was a little more lopsided, never count any South Region team out of any competition. 35-29, 6-point Chargers lead. And we didn't get to play Southeastern this year, but we could see them on the court next week.
Y'all was wondering, so they are going?
They're in our conference.
I know the girls not going.
Now, they had a lot of games canceled. They were trying to get us scheduled, but they weren't able to do so, and I don't like to say why, but we all know why. Bayham inside to Hartenberg. Dismuke for three, in and out, but a foul. And Dismuke hit the floor, and he's still down, but looks like he's trying to get up. He collided with Rankins, and that's really not a good idea. That is his second personal foul, and his team foul number 5 for the Chargers. Dismuke, fortunately, all right. He's up, and he's going to have a chance to walk this off. Now, they're calling it a foul before the shot, so Toccoa will inbound. I thought he was going to get 3 free throws.
Should have been 3 free throws.
Cameron's going to shake this one off. He does not want to come out. Now, rule is if a coach or the trainer steps onto the court, he has to come out, but Dismuke didn't want any part of that. Tell you, you guys are just tough. I'm 51. There's no way I'm getting up that quickly on a play like that. Probably not even at 21. Man, maybe back then.
I think maybe because it's a championship game. So
oh, yeah.
He's not trying to come out.
Hartenberg for 3. Good. Clutch three-pointer for Hartenberg. Makes it a 3-point game. He has 8. Under a minute to go. 56, or actually 46 seconds left. Those 3-pointers for Toccoa last night in the first half especially turned out huge in their win. 10 to shoot. 24 on the clock. Mears for 3. It's no good. And knocked out of bounds. Toccoa will have a chance to possibly tie it up with a 3-point play. They have 29 seconds to do so. Trey, do you expect them to play for the last shot?
How much time left? Yes.
Of course, you want a chance in case there's a miss to get the rebound, so you don't want to wait till the very last second. But with a 3-point game, you want to be able to make sure you get a good high percentage shot here.
Yes. No shot clock. Oh, yeah, they holding it for the last shot.
All right, Trey, let's see what happens here. Dismuke guarded by Kenwan Davis at midcourt. 4 Chargers underneath, and Magruder better watch out for that 3-second call.
Oh, yeah, it's an ISO play.
Of course, the ball's at midcourt, so they're going to allow that because there's really no action on him. A long 3 by Dismuke. Misses a target. Terrence Davis trying to beat the buzzer. Good if it goes. No.
Your halftime score, Southeastern Baptist 30.
Well, hang on, Trey.
32.
Give you a chance to get some final words in before we take our halftime break. Obviously, you wanted to win today. 3rd place is not bad, especially considering the teams you had to deal with. Toccoa last night. Trinity College, a lot tougher than people might think. They gave you a terrific game down there in Trinity. And like I said before, you won by 14, but the game was actually much closer than that. And with both teams playing a lot of their reserves today, everybody did a really nice job for both sides. All right, Trey, any last thoughts before we let you go? We want to make sure Jakari gets his player of the game score sheet on his final home game.
Yes, sir, Jakari.
All right, and the fans giving Jakari a nice little round, and his mother saw me and heard me say that, so she was happy to hear it. Well, Trey, thanks for joining us here. I'm going to take a halftime break and go check out all the totals. Trey Whitfield, the sophomore from where in Florida?
Valdosta, Georgia.
Oh, Valdosta, Georgia. I was thinking for some reason Plant City. Oh, well. Valdosta, Georgia, thanks for joining us here, and we're going to pause here, and the second half of the championship game is just minutes away. You're watching TBC Eagles, the 2021 Bible College NIT, back in a bit. And welcome back to Trinity Gymnasium. Second half of the championship game about to get underway. Now, we will keep the camera rolling this time at the end of the game. There's going to be maybe an 8 to 10 minute break between the end of the game and the award presentations, but we know the fans of the winning team especially want to see that presentation, and all of our viewers may tune in to see fans of their teams get named to the all-tournament roster. We're going to bring that to you. Stay with us because this feed will continue. Update the first half totals. For Southeastern, Khalif Meals are 10, Quadric Magruder 5. Dismute goes inside, draws the foul, and will shoot 2. Glenn Grover 6, Emmanuel Selden 6, or Grover with 4. 6 points for Selden, 2 for Terrence Davis, 2 for Jared Naylor, and 6 for Orpheus Rankins. 2 shots for Cameron Dismuke. First one is good. That's a total of 4 now for Dismuke. 4 for Luke Bayham. CJ Mitchell has 6, as does Ramad Godfrey. DJ Thompson 2, Luke Gilsdorf 3, and Luke Hartenberg 8. 35-32, now 35-34, just into the second half. That 35-32 was the halftime score that you saw on the board just a moment ago. Second half, only 20 seconds in. Very fast-paced first half. Both these teams trying to bring home a championship banner. Selden now with 8 as he goes inside. Thanks to Jakari Randolph and Trey Whitfield of the TBC Eagles for joining us in the first half. DJ Thompson with an excellent move underneath, pulling the Screaming Eagles back to within a point. 37-36, still more than 19 minutes left to go. I'm Ray Bureau, Dean Bureau, our cameraman. He's a junior at the University of North Florida on the other side of Jacksonville. We're on the west side. Mears with the shot off the rim. Hartenberg the rebound. Dismuke will allow his teammates to get up into position. Cameron Dismuke scored 22 against Blue Lights on Thursday, 15 against Trinity Baptist last night. That one did not go and pulled down by Terrence Davis. Jared Naylor at midcourt. 18.5 left on the clock. Finds Mears in the corner. Spin move and second chance is good for Rankins. Followed his shot, got the rebound, and put the second chance in, and the Chargers lead by 3. Their biggest lead of the first half was 10 at 35-25. If I'm remembering correctly, we're going to have a foul underneath the basket. Update the foul totals in just a moment.
Charger personal fouls on Orpheus Rankins.
Number 3 on Rankins. Jared Naylor has 2, as does Terrence Davis, and Emmanuel Selden 1.
It's Rankins' third.
For Toccoa Falls, 2 for Kobe Comer, and 1 each for Luke Hartenberg and Cameron Dismuke. And I went over to the table at halftime and checked with the official scorekeepers. Make sure I had those correct. 39-36, Chargers lead. We have a little bit of housekeeping duty. We've had now 11 games on this court in the past 3 days, and sometimes a little tough to keep the floor dry. Gives the players an extra minute or so to catch their breath. Dismuke inbounds to Bayham. Mears knocks it away, but Thompson's able to regain control. Dismuke from the corner for 3, in and out. That's happened to Cameron a few times today. That ball spinning around and coming out. Whole lot of interaction on the chat. Kim Thompson, Charles Duke, and many more. Selden for 3, a little strong, and take a look at CJ Mitchell going above the rim to pull down the rebound. That's Mitchell, number 4, right in front of us. Thompson goes inside the paint and is blocked by Magruder. Ball batted around and pulled down by Selden. He's going to let a couple of teammates go to each side of him, and great feed to Jared Naylor. Magruder with the assist, Naylor with the basket, Chargers with the 5-point lead. Dismuke, long three-pointer and missed wide to the right. Here's where you start to wonder about fatigue. This is the third day in a row that both teams have played, and Dismuke, who was red hot Thursday and Friday, has had a little trouble here today. He's not going to give up, though. He sees that opportunity. He is one of their leading scorers at 17.9 coming into today's play. That includes the 2 games that they have played here in the last couple of days. All the schools able to update the stats after each night's action has been completed. Naylor stepped on the sideline, and that will give the ball back over to the Screaming Eagles. 41-36, Southeastern leads. Still a lot of time left, 16:53. Dismuke will save a few seconds on the clock, let the ball roll up. Bayham guarded by Selden, goes to the right side of the lane, beats his defender, and the ball drops in. Bayham pulls his team back to within 3, 16:33 left on the clock. 41-38, Chargers lead. Knocked away by Thompson, and it will stay with Southeastern. And Bassett makes his way onto the court. McQuadrick Magruder with 5 points will head over to get a break. Probably see him again before too long. Mears works his way to the left side of the lane. A pump fake and then a shot. No good. Rebounded by C.J. Mitchell. And Mears up from behind. Knocks it away out of bounds. But good defensive play by Khalif Mears. Inbound by Toccoa, falls and the ball batted up in the air. Out of bounds, and it will be Chargers basketball. I mentioned this earlier in the day, those bleachers normally not there, but with the crowds that we've had and the guidelines we need to follow, they do help spread the fans out a little bit more, but players have to be careful as they head over to that side of the court. Beautiful bounce pass inside, but Thompson rejects Bassett. Hartenberg, 2 spins, layup, no good. And a rebound by Jamario Bassett, who scored 10 Thursday and 2 last night. Mears up and off the glass, no. Bayham picks this one up. He'll get it across the timeline to Mitchell. Mitchell slowing things down, looking for a good opportunity for the Eagles. 41-38, Chargers lead, 15:20 left on the clock. Dismuke goes inside the paint, off the glass, no good. Selden could not hold on. Bayham knocked it out of bounds through the wickets of Selden. It will be Chargers ball. Godfrey back in for Toccoa, Magruder in for the Chargers. Inbound pass, and no look touch by Bayham, and he gets the basket. Dismuke made a great pass, and Bayham just went up and touched it in, pulling the Toccoa Falls Screaming Eagles to within 1 at 41-40, as you see with 15 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. Bayham now with 8, Dismuke 4. Mitchell and Godfrey 6 each. Thompson now with 4. Gilsdorf 3. Hartenberg 8, assuming no mistakes. Selden now with 8. And Rankins also. Naylor 4. Terrence Davis 2. Glenn Grover 4. Magruder 5. And Mears with 10. And with those 10 points, Mears now has 49 points in about 2.5 games plus nearly 5 more minutes. It's 41-40. That's the important number to go by. Total points on the board right now. 15 minutes and 6 seconds left. Chargers looking to extend a current 1-point lead. Mears to the left side of the arc, guarded by Bayham. Bounce pass inside to Selden. Spins, 1-on-2. Tried to find Magruder, went through his hands, and then a foul.
3-second violation.
No, a 3-second violation.
Eagle basketball.
My mistake. Turned it all over to Toccoa. Now Toccoa Falls, I don't think has led at all in this game. Now has a chance to do so for the first time. Of course, we were talking with Randolph and Whitfield throughout the first half. Mitchell for three, no good. Rebounded by Davis. Glenn Grover waiting to come back in for Southeastern Baptist. 1 point lead with 14:20 left on the clock. Bayham knocks it away, but Davis gets it back. Hits Selden behind his back. Magruder up and in with the dunk, giving him 7 and the Chargers a 3-point lead. A lot of exciting basketball here these last 3 days, including this championship game, which is what you want, especially in this title game, as C.J. Mitchell gets his 8th point on the board. Selden to Davis. Back out to Naylor. Three-pointer is good. 7 now for Naylor. 13:28 left to go. 46-42, Southeastern leads. Dismuke finds Thompson, and Thompson gets the ball to roll in. That one looked like it was starting to come out the wrong side and then backed up and fell inside the cylinder for the layup. Basket is good. Toccoa back to within 2. Bounce pass thwarted by Bayham, but Selden stays with it. And a traveling violation. He is pleading his case that he kept 1 foot still, but the official says he moved both.
Substitutions, Glenn Grover and Kenwan Davis.
Kenwan Davis, Glenn Grover in for the Chargers. Ford back onto the court for Toccoa. Ford, Godfrey, Mitchell, Dismuke, and Bayham for Toccoa. Kenwan Davis, Selden, Grover, Mears, and Magruder for the Chargers. That foul's on the floor.
Charger personal fouls on Glenn Grover.
Grover called for his first team foul, third team foul of the second half. Ford for 3, off the rim. Bayham almost puts it right back in, but he will shoot 2. Foul's called on Quadric Magruder. That's his first. It's the 4th team foul. Bayham at the line for the first time today. Number 1, a little too strong. Almost got the bounce, but it didn't drop. Bayham at 62% on the season. Coming into today's play, 31 now for 51. Chance still to pull his team to within 1, and it's good. 46-45, Southeastern Baptist leads with 12:40 left to go. Wouldn't it be fitting for the championship game to go into overtime? The way these two teams are playing, that is a very good possibility. Mears trying to get around Mitchell. Instead, he pulls up. It hit off the glass way up high, and Mears now has 12. 48-45, Chargers lead. Mitchell having trouble getting around Grover. Instead goes to the line. Three-pointer for Ford, and that ties us up at 48. 48-48, we just passed the 12-minute mark of the second half. Mears trying to answer, in and out. Godfrey with the rebound. That really looked good coming out of his hands. But Ford tied it up a moment ago at 48-48 with a three-pointer. Dismuke slows things down just a bit. Bayham inside, a great pass, and Bayham lays it in. Cameron Dismuke found Bayham. Now the Screaming Eagles lead, I believe for the first time, if I'm remembering correctly, 50-48. If they led, it was very, very early. Godfrey the rebound off Mears. Luke Bayham with 11 points, and that last layup with the assist from Dismuke put Toccoa ahead by 2. Dismuke with Mears on guard. There's Bayham inside once again to put it back in. He has 10, and most of them have been just like you saw the last 2 times, where he's been ready for the rebound or the pass inside and puts it in. Timeout, Southeastern. 10:37 left on the clock. Toccoa 52, Southeastern Baptist 48. We'll be back in just a minute. There's a story on the board. Toccoa has come from behind. They trailed by 10 late in the first half. Got to within 3 at the intermission. It stayed pretty much that way up until just a minute or 2 ago. And Toccoa tied it up on a 3-pointer from Alex Ford and then scored 4 more to take a 52-48 lead. 10.5 left to go. Henwan Davis, Rankins, Terrence Davis, Jacoby York, and Mears on the court for Southeastern. A kicked ball is the call.
It's a kick ball violation.
For Toccoa, Godfrey, Bayham, Dismuke, Mitchell, and Ford. 10:15 left on the clock. 3-pointer from Mears off the rim. Bayham with the rebound. Mitchell pull-up jumper off the rim. Godfrey to Mears, battle for it. It goes over to the side in the corner. It'll be Toccoa's ball. Last touch by Mears. 4-point Toccoa lead. We just passed the midway point. We have 9:59 left showing on the clock. Glenn Grover in for Kenwan Davis. Bayham with a great pass inside, but Ford could not convert. Mears rebounds, gets it across midcourt. Terrence Davis just outside the circle. York to Davis, guarded by Dismuke. Rankins with the 2-point attempt, no good, and Godfrey with the rebound. Mitchell gets around his defender, pulls up a little too strong, and pulled in by Orpheus Rankins. Coming up on the 9-minute mark with Toccoa leading by 4. Mears inside the paint. Nice little touch shot for the basket. 14 points for Mears. 52-50 is the score. That is Dismuke off the glass. No good. Batted around, and Dismuke able to keep control. Back at midcourt, Dismuke guarded by Davis. Almost lost his footing. He found Mitchell with a great pass, and Dismuke, even though he's not scoring the points like he did the last 2 days, he has found the open man just like that. Mitchell converts, and it's a 4-point lead once again. That's been the biggest for Toccoa Falls. Mears to the right side, foul, basket is good. Number 1 on Godfrey. First team foul of the second half. Mears now with 16, and if he converts, he'll make it a 1-point game. Free throw is good, and he did just that. 54 for Toccoa, 53 for Southeastern Baptist. No surprise for Mears, he's 75% on the season. Mitchell guarded by Grover, forcing the 5-second count. Hartenberg put a really good screen for Mitchell. Pump fake inside the paint. Shot a little wide to the right. Out of bounds. Chargers ball. Now Southeastern Baptist a chance to regain the lead. They last led 48-45. Davis directing traffic. Grover running the baseline. Reverse layup. No. Batted around. Grabbed by Ford. 7:14 left to go. A 1-point lead for Toccoa Falls. Mayhem almost lost possession. Hit Mitchell. 3-pointer from the corner. No. Ford with the rebound at the line. Mitchell guarded by Davis, almost got around and pulled back. 10 seconds to shoot. Dismuke looking for an open teammate. Instead, a fadeaway jumper at the top of that high school arc. That's a 2-pointer, and it's good. So Dismuke hits the long 2-pointer to give his team a 3-point lead at 56-53. Timeout. 30-second timeout, or it's actually a full timeout. And we'll be back in just a minute. (56-53). Toccoa Falls leads with 6:43 left in regulation. Chargers still could tie it up with the 3-point play. Khalif Mears guarded by 2. Works his way inside the paint. Now will the shot count? No, it was called before the basket. Luke Bayham with his first. Now, I saw the official give both signals, no shot, and I thought it's a count to basket, but he was pointing and saying it was on the floor. So the Chargers will inbound. Rankins hits Davis. And a bounce pass back into Rankins. Spin move around Hartenberg off the rim. 3 bounces and drops in. 10 points for Orpheus Rankins. 56-55 is the score. Toccoa leads by 1. Mitchell guarded by Grover. Finds Bayham on the left side. Bayham lost his footing and then the ball. Selden picks it up and the Chargers looking to regain the lead. Grover bounces off Bayham and converts. Now it's a 1-point Chargers lead at 57-56. 5:40 left to go. Mitchell back at midcourt, directing traffic, looking for an easy opportunity to get a point on the board. He's guarded by 2. Finds Ford, wide open, 3-pointer off the rim. That's the risk when you double team. There's going to be somebody open. Ford, though, hit the rim, and now the Chargers want to extend that 1-point lead with 5:12 left and counting. Mears fadeaway jumper too strong. Now Toccoa wants to regain the lead. Mitchell's wide open. The pass is high, and that allowed Mears to come up from behind and take it away. Bounce pass to Davis. Layup is good. Assist, Khalif Mears. Only the second score for Davis, but a biggie as it extends the lead to 3 with 4:54 left to go. Timeout, I believe, is the reason for the whistle. With the score, Southeastern Baptist 59, Toccoa Falls 56. It's just going to be a substitution timeout.
And number 10, Ramon Godfrey.
So Coach Epps getting his 3-point shooter on the court and getting his rebounder underneath. Gilsdorf, Godfrey, Mitchell, Dismuke, and Bayham for Toccoa. Selden, Mears, Terrence Davis, Rankins, Grover for the Chargers. Dismuke, a rather 3-pointer is good from Luke Gilsdorf. His second, and that ties us up at 59. 4:28 left to go. Davis from the line, a little strong. Davis gets the ball back from Grover, inside underhand layup, and he draws the foul. Ramad Godfrey's second. Terrence Davis averages 10 points per game. He is at the line. 7 out of 13 on the season, 54%. Oh, they're calling that before the shot. Coach Broderick Hall pleading the case that he was going up with the underhand layup, but he's not going to get the call. Now the official's going to stop the play. Now I heard a whistle, but they're going to play on. There was definitely a whistle. Ball hit off the foot of Dismuke, so Chargers get 20 seconds on the shot clock. Tied at 59. Mears inside. Left-handed underhand layup is good. Chargers take a 2-point lead at 61-59. Well, as I get an opportunity, I'm going to try to catch my breath. This is my 11th game in 3 days. That's a strip by Davis. Mears up the court. Layup no good. Gilsdorf right there for Toccoa. Mitchell collides with Rankins. Offensive foul.
Eagle player control foul is on CJ Mitchell, his first.
61-59. Chargers lead. Chance to extend with 3:20 left. Dismuke on guard of Mears. And Mears collides with Godfrey, and Godfrey will be called for his third.
Eagle, personal fouls on number 10. Ramad Godfrey is third.
It's team foul number 5, so the Chargers will inbound.
Fifth. Re-entering the Eagles lineup, number 35, Luke Hartenberg.
Toccoa has committed 4, so each team with at least 1 or 2 fouls to give. Luke Hartenberg back on the court for Toccoa Falls. Selden outside the arc. Davis charges inside, bounce pass to Rankins. A basket is good. It's now a 4-point lead, 63-59, 2:45 and counting. Gilsdorf guarded by Selden, finds Bayham in the corner. Ball gets away. Selden up the right side. Layup, no, missed opportunity for the Chargers. Dismuke feeds Hartenberg. Bounce no good. Hartenberg wondering where the whistle was. He's not going to get the call. Coach Leonard Epps also wondering why there was no foul called when Hartenberg went up for the layup. Bayham spins, misses, and goes to the line.
Charger personal fouls on number 12, Emmanuel Selden, his second. For Toccoa Falls, Luke Bayham, 2 shots.
Big free throws for Luke Bayham and Toccoa Falls. Number 1 bounces and drops in. He's 2 for 3. 62% on the season. 12 points for Bayham. Trying to make it a 2-point margin with 2:15 left to go, and he does just that. .210 and counting, 63-61, Chargers lead. Mears at midcourt. Works his way inside beautifully and gets the layup. That's a 4-point game. 65-61, Mitchell inside the paint. Hartenberg finds Gilsdorf. They work it around to Bayham. Hartenberg pump fake and the basket. And a timeout. 65-63 Chargers, 1:38 left. Back in a minute. Chargers will inbound with 1:38 left, leading by 2, 65-63. The gym is loaded to the maximum allowance. 1:30 left to go as the clock continues to run. Selden finds Mears. Grover goes inside, pulls up, no good. Hartenberg with the rebound, and Toccoa could tie it up, but no, he lost the ball. Rankins throws it back. It's batted away, kept out of bounds. For a moment, I thought Selden made the play, but the ball hit the sideline. Yeah, a little tough to see with the railing and the fans covering up that sideline in the corner, but that ball did hit out of bounds, says the official. 65-63, a minute 1 left to go in regulation. Overtime's a possibility the way this one is going. And Grover gets up. He's going to limp off. You know very well he wants to finish this one, but he's going to have to get a little bit of attention. Rasad Pettis in for Grover. One minute to go. 65-63 Chargers, but Toccoa has a chance to tie it or gain the lead. Mitchell to Dismuke. This was for the lead off the rim. Rankins nearly stepped out of bounds, but he kept his foot inside the line. Mears guarded by Dismuke. Big defensive possession for Toccoa. The foul on the block. That is going to be Luke Bayham. Number 2 on Bayham. Now, very important, nobody has 4 fouls. That's a good news for both teams. Huge free throws for Khalif Mears. 21 points. 2-point lead. No good on the first one. So that's going to keep it a 1-possession game, even if he makes this. Now, it is possible a miss and a rebound and a make. Makes it a 4-point lead. Gilsdorf, a good, I mean very good, 49% three-point shooter. He's on the court for Coach Leonard Epps. It's a 3-point game. Mears with 22. I'm going to call Khalif Mears the player of the game, barring any heroics. Bayham inside and goes to the line.
Charger personal fouls on number 12, Emmanuel Selden, his third. Luke Bayham shooting 2 shots.
Bayham at the line, 62% on the season. He's hit 3 out of 4 today, all of those in this second half. Southeastern Baptist Sports Network, thanks for the compliment. And thank you for watching and letting us know. And if your Chargers can hold on for the final 15 and a half seconds, they will be the Bible College NIT champions. Bayham and Toccoa Falls Screaming Eagles, though, looking for the opportunity to get 1 point closer now. They will have to get a stop, however. The free throw is good. 14 for Bayham. 2-point lead, and there's the foul. As expected, and Terrence Davis will go to the line. Terrence Davis is 7 out of 15, including today's 2 free throw attempts. Big free throws. It's a 1-and-1, as that is team foul number 7 on Toccoa. Little strong. Bayham with the rebound and a very quick and very well called timeout. Each team still has 3 timeouts, and we're going to take one ourselves and be right back. It is Toccoa's ball. Bayham got the rebound and immediately called the timeout. If I'm correct, Southeastern has 2 fulls and 2 30s remaining. Toccoa has 3 fulls and a 30 remaining. So each team with 4 timeouts left, again, if I am correct. 14.4 seconds left. Southeastern 64, Toccoa Falls, or check that, Southeastern Baptist 66, Toccoa Falls 64. Chargers getting back on defense, and we have a whistle, an official stop of the clock. They're just going to redo the play. I did not hear why, but everything's going to be put back to where it was at 14.4. Now, trying to stop that clock on 1/10 of a second is not that easy to do. Hey, they got it. 14.4 seconds to go. Once again, it's 66-64. Chargers with the 2-point lead. Mitchell being pressed by Mears. He gets around his defender across midcourt. 9 seconds left. They don't need a 3, and Mitchell is going to draw the foul. That could loom huge as Khalif Mears. It's only his first, but it's 1-1 for C.J. Mitchell. 74% free throw shooting is C.J. Mitchell. He has not shot one today. If he hits them both, we'll be tied. 6.5 seconds left. These are massive foul shots. Mitchell hits the first. Now a chance to tie. Even if he hits, Southeastern Baptist will have 6.5 seconds. Don't be surprised if they call a timeout first. They do have, by my count, 4 timeouts to call. For the tie, no. Out of bounds. Chargers ball, 6.5 left and a 1-point lead. I had to wait for the call because it was tough for me to see who touched the ball last. Look for the foul. And that will go on DJ Thompson.
Eagles' personal fouls on DJ Thompson is first. The team is over the limit. It'll be Jacoby York shooting 1 plus the bonus.
York has not scored today, but he has a chance to put this one away. 79% on the season from the line is Jacoby York. Remember, we're going to keep the camera rolling so we can bring you the awards presentations, which will start a little bit, maybe 8 to 10 minutes after the final buzzer. Well, we have a whistle on the foul shot. Waiting for the final word. Was it a lane violation or a push? Lane violation is going to give York another chance.
A lane violation has been called against Toccoa Falls.
C.J. Mitchell has been charged with the lane violation. So put the time back in case you didn't hear Dave. 4.4 seconds left. Orphis Rankins back on the defensive side of the court. For Toccoa Falls surrounding, looking for the rebound. A free throw, no good. Timeout immediately called as Thompson grabs the ball and Bayham calls timeout. 3.8 seconds left. Now that wasn't after a shot, so I don't think they're going to get to advance. It wasn't after a make anyway. I don't think they're going to get to advance as the official's standing in the backcourt. Back in a moment. Toccoa will inbound right where we have the camera pointing, the official in the center of your screen. That's where Toccoa Falls gets to inbound. Now remember, it was not after a make, so no advance. Officials letting Glenn Grover know that he has to give Bayham a little bit of room. Gilsdorf and Dismuke, the three-point shooters. This one is stolen by Selden. He avoids the foul, and that's the ball game.
Your final score, Southeastern 66, Toccoa Falls 65.
Player of the game, Khalif Mears, with 22 points. In only the order on my score sheet, Naquadrick Magruder 5, Glenn Grover 6, Emmanuel Selden 8, Terrence Davis 4, Jared Naylor 7, and Orphus Rankins 12. For Toccoa Falls, Cameron Dismuke 6, Luke Bayham 14, CJ Mitchell 13, Ramad Godfrey 6, DJ Thompson 6, Luke Gilsdorf 6, and Luke Hartenberg 10, assuming no mistakes. Well, before we stop the microphone, we're going to keep the camera rolling. I just want to thank everybody for joining us for all 11 games here at the 2021 Bible College National Invitational Tournament. Love the interaction on the screen. Really enjoyed getting to talk to some of the players. And Mike Davis of Blue Lights College, who joined me on the play-by-play during the Blue Lights games as well. The Chargers are going to cut the net. Right now, we're going to just mute the microphone. Dean will turn it back on as we're ready for the awards presentation. We will keep the camera rolling, but take me one last moment to thank everybody. Josh Jackson, our game day coordinator. Coach Pat Milligan, who started this tournament 16 years ago. The head coach and the athletic director of Trinity Baptist College, John D. Jones. All of our game day coordinator workers over at the scorer's table. Dave Jones, the radio announcer, for giving his voice to us. Dean Bureau, my son, our cameraman, everybody in attendance, everybody watching online. I'm Ray Bureau. Good night, and God bless you from Trinity Baptist College.
At this time, we'd like to recognize the all-tournament team. Those named, please step to the podium. You will receive a plaque in recognition of your achievement. And we'll begin with Appalachian Bible's Jacob Tincher. From Trinity College, Niall Bright. From Blue Lights College, Kenny Anderson. From Trinity, Sam Battle. Also from Trinity, Gafumba Tori. From Toccoa Falls, Luke Bayham. Also from Toccoa Falls, Cameron Dispute. Also from Toccoa Falls, CJ Mitchell. From Southeastern Baptist, Emmanuel Selman. And the tournament MVP from Southeastern Baptist, Khalif Mir. Prior to the team recognition, the athletic director and head coach here at Trinity Baptist College, John D. Jones.
Before we recognize our place champions, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out to some people who made this tournament really run this week. On doing the live streaming all week and play-by-play, Mr. Ray Burrow, great job. Thank you so much. His son Dean was our cameraman, very faithful. We'd like to thank Josh Jackson right here, and game manager, and Jamie Burr, who's right over there. These two gentlemen made this thing run. They're here all day, literally 8 a.m. to midnight every day. The Bird family over there, great job throughout. And of course, the table staff is fantastic. Let's give them a round of applause. Trainer just left, but if you were here yesterday, we really worked them yesterday, and they really earned their money. Did a great job protecting and treating our student athletes throughout. Also, I want to thank the voice of the tournament, Mr. Dave Jones. Dave, we got thank you so much. Okay. And last but not least, the founder and director of the NIT. His vision has made this thing happen for 16 years. Let's give it up for Pat Milligan.
At this time, we do want to recognize the team finishes. In 5th place, Appalachian Bible. If a representative from the team would come out. Jacob, thank you. We'll also recognize the 3rd place team from Trinity Baptist College. tournament runner-up, Toccoa Falls College. Before we present the winners' banner and plaque, we'd like to recognize each of the individuals on the championship team. They will receive individual medals. So as your name is called, please step to the table. Let's begin with head coach Broderick Hall and assistant coach Eugene White. Khalif Mears. Niquadrick Magruder. Cameron McDonald. Wayne Jefferson. Glenn Grover. Anthony Wheaton. Emmanuel Selden. Rasad Pettis. Jacoby York. Terrence Davis. Jamario Bassett. Jordan Hill. Jared Naylor. Orpheus Rankins. And Kenwan Davis. Coach Hall, on behalf of the entire Trinity Baptist Eagles sports family, would you please accept the championship banner and the plaque that accompanies it? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your Bible College National Invitation Tournament champions, Southeastern Bible.
Next year's tournament is in, we're trying to be in New York at Word Life Bible College. We did the same weekend, and we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks to Trinity Baptist College, Coach Jones, for all you done.